guys, welcome back to Persona 3 Reload. Last week we met in Persona 3 Reload. We did a couple social link stuff, mainly I think a linked episode with Ken, and we started preparing to go to Tartarus, and today we're actually going to Tartarus. We're actually making some progress into Tartarus. I also fused Orpheus, Telos, and Messiah. So basically I have pressed the I win button for the remainder of this game, with the exception of the Elizabeth boss battle. And oh man, we're still in this fucking block with this fucking design. I forgot how long this block goes. Because of just the simple fact that this fucking area is an eyesore. It's like there's so many colors. It feels like I'm playing Sonic Colors when I'm here. It's like, the colors, they feel so right. But yeah, plus with the party I have too, I have effectively pressed the I win button for the remainder of the game, so there's really not much to talk about in terms of battle stuff, and god damn it!
I gotta get out of here!
Fuck. Oh, well, I already know what's about to happen in the near future, even though there's really no reason to summon him, considering he's... everyone's max level, but alright, that was fast. Legit the first battle in the entire game. Yeah, and I also have some other personas too. I'm gonna try to raise Loki up before, I'm gonna use Loki, not that Loki, and not that Loki either. Yeah, the Loki on the screen right here. That Loki, that's the one we're using. I'm trying to think of tangents to talk about because there's not a lot to... I mean, this week, I believe, Thursday of this week, Persona 3 Reload's releasing on Switch 2, so if for some reason you're watching this Let's Play, and you also want to experience Persona 3 yourself, you can get the Switch 2 version, even though I'm pretty sure you'll have to pay, I think it's $60, or $70, and then plus, you gotta pay for the episode Igus DLC since that's sold separately. Which, as someone, and this is coming from someone who bought the game day one, that is bullshit. It's pretty much 2 years old at this point, and and I feel like this is more of a Nintendo decision than an Atlus decision. Like, I feel like Nintendo said, hey, no, if you're gonna re-release Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2, you're charging full price. Because on every other console, the physical edition for the consoles, especially on the PS5, I do know this for a fact, is like $29 at Walmart. I know that for a fact. So I don't know why the physical edition for Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2 is full price. I would say what the full price version for the physical release of the Xbox version of Persona 3 Reload is, but I don't know what it is. Because for one, I've never seen a physical copy of Persona 3 on Xbox. So, and then again, I will say this, I don't see a lot of physical games for Xbox anymore. And I've noticed that. I mean, especially at work, we have like, at work, I work in the department, I work in the video game department, and, we have cases for all of them that we lock games up in. We lock all the expensive stuff up at work for a reason. But, we have, like, we have cases for each of the, consoles and their games. And in terms of, like, PlayStation's, games case, they have two cases. One section is like the new releases, like the brand new games that just came out, and then we have like the second section, which is just, like the stuff that's been out for a while and is discontinued, or they're not, really they don't care about. And then we have and then across from it we have like the accessories for PS5 and the So, another thing I can do, by the way, is I could just equip Orpheus Telos before I fight the Reaper. And I can use that to my benefit because what I can do is summon him, kill him with Armageddon, and then restore my health as an SP as a result. It's only Makoto's, by the way. What was I saying about? But like right across from the PlayStation Games case, we have the accessories, which are all in a case too, and the actual consoles. But like Nintendo, you know, they have two sections for the Nintendo Switch 1 games, and then one section for the Switch 2 games, and all three of them have a case. And then, you know, you have the Switch 2s themselves with the Switch 2 display that we have. It has a case. And then we sort of have a case for the Switch 1 accessories. I mean, Switch 2 accessories, or like the top is just the accessories with the top. It's a case. It's like a half case that's on the top of the shelf that we keep like the Pro controllers and stuff in, and then the rest of it is just like the cheaper accessories. And then the Switch 1 accessories is in a full case, and then the Switch 1, we have a second Switch 1 accessories section that's on its own, and it's not in the case. It's all it's just locked on the pegs. And then, but like Xbox is fucking crazy. Xbox has one section for games, and it's one case, and it's not even completely full. It is like half of of that case is just the games. So it's like the first 2 rows of that case is just physical games. The rest of it we use for like overflow of like accessories and shit. And then we also have the value games. We don't lock those up that much. We just put them in like the little plastic cases. But like, yeah, Xbox and like it's clear that we have like a lot of Xbox and like we don't have a lot of Xbox physical games. And I've been to GameStop pretty recently, and I looked around and like, you know, they got like the whole wall of PlayStation, the whole wall of Nintendo. Xbox gets like this little corner. And I'm like, I understand. I think I know why they're doing this. It's because Xbox is, you know, shying away from physical games, which is such bullshit to me. Oh my god. Because, you know, I am a huge advocate for physical games. I really do prefer having the case and being able to just put the game in put the disc in the console whenever I want and play it whenever the fuck I want, you know. But that's just how I feel about it. Then again, I'm not a huge Xbox person. I do have a Series X now, but I usually mainly use it I would use it mainly for backward compatibility and the occasional, you know, game that's probably Xbox exclusive, but there's really nothing I could say that's exclusive to Xbox anymore. Like, I think the last time I used it for anything major was Doom the Dark Ages. But in Doom the Dark Ages, but like, I used to use it for Game Pass stuff, but I stopped because I actually canceled my Game Pass subscription after the price hike, where it was 50% of what it was. It went up 50%, and that kind of was like, well, I'm not paying for that anymore. Actually, I really canceled almost all of my gaming-related subscriptions except for my Nintendo Online. I'm going to keep that one, mainly because I actually do enjoy not virtual, you know what I mean, the Nintendo Classics lineup. Oh, we're summoning him. Like, I do actually use the Nintendo Online for Virtual Console and stuff like that. I'm calling it Virtual Console. I know it's not called that, but I actually do use it occasionally. But I canceled PlayStation Plus because I genuinely never use it. And the reason I was using it was I wanted the ability to play PS3 games, but then when I found out it's just streaming, I'm like, oh, well, fuck that noise. I'm not going to use it. And really, the free games that they offer on PlayStation Plus, I either already have, so why don't I just play it there? Why don't I just, you know, put the disc in and play it? And then that, or they're just, you know, games I'm just straight up not interested in. So I've never seen the point in having it. I didn't see the point in keeping PS Plus too. But Game Pass I canceled because the Ultimate subscription, it was nice to use. I did like it, but you know, it went up like 50%, and I'm like, oh, that is. I would have been fine with like a $1 or $2 price up. I would have been fine with that. But when it was like going up by 50%, I'm like, ooh, that's a little much. Maybe another time. Maybe if they lower the price back, or if they say they're not doing it anymore, which I doubt they're gonna do. then yeah, I would keep it, but canceled it the second I found out they were doing that. And the other reason that I canceled is because the justification of it, to me, I haven't seen what they fully said about it, but it doesn't seem like it's good. Like from what I've gathered, they didn't really change anything, I guess, but yeah.
That teleporter can take us to the entrance. Try to remember where it is.
No. I'm not looking at the log. What do you want to know? Well, that was the tangent. I mean, I got nothing else to talk about now. I usually talk about random shows I'm watching whenever I'm doing. I mean, currently, at the time of this recording, Peacemaker finished up, and I know a lot of people were disappointed by the finale of it. I was kind of one of them. The only reason I was disappointed by it was, you know, I like the idea of the finale in the first place. I'm a little disappointed that it ended on such a cliffhanger, with season 3 being like not confirmed. Like they're not doing they've confirmed that they're not doing a season 3, which you know either means that they're going to do like either in the next Superman movie something's going to happen, or Supergirl for that matter. But I'm like, so what? That ending is just, you know, what? Fuck Peacemaker, I guess. I won't spoil what the ending is, but it was like one of those things where it just kind of was like, what? They're not doing a season 3 and they're going to end the show like that? And you'd think they would do this, and you know, James Gunn, I love a lot of the superhero projects he's done. I loved the Suicide Squad, the new one, the good one. I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I did like Creature Commandos, and I did like Superman. And, you know, I did like the first season of Peacemaker, and I liked season 2 of Peacemaker, but there were a few things about it that just kind of felt off, and it didn't feel like as good as season 1. Like, it wasn't terrible, like it was still good. I still enjoyed it, though the finale was just kind of underwhelming. The big one to me was the fact that there were 2 separate concert performances that Peacemaker, you know, went to. No fucking way. Okay, I'll take that. But I was like, no fucking way they did that. I was about to say, no fucking way that they gave me a complete Theurgy refill after defeating the Reaper, and plus restoring all of my fucking health and SP. I could have just got him again by going to the next floor.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
But there were 2 separate concert performances that Peacemaker goes to. And, you know, the songs that, you know, they chose were good, but I'm like, 5 minutes of the episode were spent on those concerts. And I'm like, those could have been a lot better. You know, the episode would have been a lot better if you had more things to do in that other than 2 concerts. The second one was pretty good because, you know, it showed what was going on outside of the concert. Like, they were showing, you know, moments, you know, that, you know, Peacemaker and his crew, the 11th Street Kids, I believe they call themselves, they were, you know, doing some stuff together, and they were showing like a clear passage of time, which I liked. I liked that one a little bit more. Plus, it was also the intro song, and I actually genuinely do like the intro. But the first one, it was legit just the straight up concert the whole time, with like really no major event happening until the very end of it. And I'm like, well, yeah, we all knew what happened because, you know, they were talking about it throughout the show. But I still liked it. I still enjoyed the show. I still, like, I did enjoy the idea of the parallel universe, and, you know, how, like, I liked, you know, I kind of predicted the twist when I first started watching it because it was pretty obvious. Especially, you know, you just notice that sort of thing. Oh, my phone's going off. But, I did enjoy it. It was but there was a part of it that shocked me at the penultimate episode that kind of threw me off, that I was just not ready for. Specifically related to one of the characters that was in season 1, but died in that was in season 1. But I won't get into that again. But also, I mean, Gen V is supposed to finish today. Well, Gen V's season finale is supposed to be today. I haven't watched it yet because I did this first. And I like Gen V. I know some people are saying they hate Gen V for different reasons. I like Gen V. Then again, I like a lot of the things in the boys universe. I love the boys universe. You know, it's really good. And you know, yeah, I know you guys. I know people can say like, yeah, I like the boys universe because it's not afraid to show dick and blood and cum and shit. And I'm like, no, I don't like the boys universe for that shit. I actually do like a lot of the characters in the show. You know, yes, the extreme vulgarity and gore is nice. You know, I do like that, but I'm not watching the show for that. You know, I really started watching it because, you know, I saw one meme about it that really just kind of was like, I really need some context about this. And I think it was a meme related to, I think it was a meme related to Butcher. And it was it was right before season 4 premiered, so I binge watched the show. I binged watched the show to catch up. You know, I think it was like season 2 Butcher, or no, season 3 Butcher, where he had you know, was using the Temp V, and it was the fight where Homelander discovers he's been using it, and I was just like, man, this fight seems pretty cool. I gotta watch this. But like it was like a shitty dub of it or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but like it was like a shitty dub of it where like the thing where, you know, the guy, they were just making no sense of what they were saying. You know, they were dubbing over it with like the completely wrong thing, but I can't remember what it was. But I was like, man, this show looks genuinely cool. I kind of want to watch it. And then I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy it. You know, I think the only part of the show I'm really not a fan of was in season 4. It was the episode where Huey and them break into sneak into Tech Knight's house during a party, and Tech Knight, you know, basically, and Huey especially, because Huey was disguised as another soup. Huey and Tech Knight and Ashley were doing some BDSM shit. It was just really, and it wasn't like, you know, the stuff they were doing was the stuff they were doing was pretty fucking crazy. But, you know, I also just felt really bad for Huey because, you know, he's already going through a lot at that point in the episode. You know, I genuinely was just like, okay, like, can we give Huey a break in this fucking show? I know that's the point of the show, is like, let's punch Huey in the dick as much as we can. But I'm just like, man, like, someone just give the kid a break. But, I mean, yeah, Gen V is supposed to fit. But Gen V, I look forward to seeing what they're going to do in terms of what they're gonna
I can take over anytime. I'll take it from here. Shall I move to
I look forward to seeing what the season finale was, because the penultimate episode, which was last episode, ended pretty crazily. I was like, oh shit. I legit screamed oh shit at that very moment when all that stuff happened, because it was just crazy. And also, you know, I am finishing up Better Call Saul. I've been finishing up that lately. I already know what's going to happen in a lot of places, because it's just pretty obvious, because I watched Breaking Bad, and that's the point. You want to watch I think you want to watch I would say you want to watch Breaking Bad first and then Better Call Saul, because that way you'll a lot more stuff will, you know, be more appreciated if you watch Breaking Bad, because, you know, there's a certain project that goes on in the show that, you know, if you watch Breaking Bad after, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what they were doing. But, like, you know, it's cool to see, certain relationships in Breaking Bad make a lot, feel a lot more different once you watch Better Call Saul. And I do like it. But, like, I had a lot of oh shit moments in Better Call Saul lately, especially, like, the last couple seasons I watched, because I've been binge watching that. And there was one character that, I know he wasn't going to make it, or he was either going to die or, just disappear by the end of the series because of, he just wasn't in Breaking Bad. And unfortunately, that's his, everyone that was in Breaking Bad and is in Better Call Saul, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it to the end of the series. And I love that dude. He was, like, one of my favorite characters in the show. And, like, the way he went out, I'm like, for one, yeah, he went out on his terms, and I like that. And didn't, he didn't give the satisfaction to the other characters when he died. And I'm like, fuck yes. I love that shit. And then, like, the main one of the villains in the show, Lalo Salamanca, god damn. I love him. He is, like, he is a brutal villain, and I love him for it. And I lost it when he did certain, like, there was a couple characters he killed, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, dude, this dude's crazy. I love him. It's hard to talk about shows and be vague because I don't want to spoil anything. Then again, that's the thing, is, like, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. What am I looking at? Like, ooh, pretty. He's like, I don't want to spoil stuff because, I when I recommend stuff, I don't like to spoil it. I'll make up fake spoilers. I'll just say, yeah, Aquaman dies, by the way. I always do that. I always just say Aquaman dies, even if it... Though someone fell for that one time, and I'm just like, why did you believe me? It was a Marvel movie. I do remember saying Aquaman dies in the second Aquaman movie as a joke. And I think there was one point where he got dangerously close, and I was like, oh shit, I was fucking joking. I was fucking joking. But he never did. I mean, Aquaman never died. But it's always funny when, people say don't spoil anything, and I always just say Aquaman dies. They aren't fish, Mitsuru. Oh, that one's pretty good. Go back, go back, go back! That one's really good. So now, whenever my social link bonuses for whatever personas I fuse in the Velvet Room is gonna be, we're gonna get an extra bonus for that now for the rest of our Tartarus expedition. So, once you finish in Tartarus today, I'm going to go to the Velvet Room and fuse some personas, I think anyway. And I'm going to get more bonuses as a result because, hey, they're going to be stronger now. Also, the other one was everyone's is HP and SP restores, but I don't care about that right now. Because for one, I'm not really, as you can see, I'm not doing much damage to myself here. Yukari took some damage, but Kodo, Akihiko, Mitsuru, I mean, yeah, the SP could be better, but yeah, everyone's fine. Because, again, I pressed the I win button. I pressed the I win button, so everything is, just great. It's just peachy here. There's really nothing we can do about it.
Relaxing underneath a kotatsu and eating some tangerines.
Well, maybe you should have said you're unavailable for Tartarus, Yukari. But then again, you're always coming up with excuses, huh? Just like I guess it comes up with excuses to not come to Tartarus. God. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to charge up my dash so I can ambush him.
I've already scanned this one. This is the way to go.
Critical hit, bitch. Even though Yukari could have done that. And I mean in terms of, you know, hit him with wind, but knocking him down with a critical attack's pretty nice too. And finishing him off too. Nice job, me. Goto. Man, they really want me to restore my parties' HP and SP, but that's only the one time, by the way, so that was kind of a waste, but I know I'm trying to get closer to Arcana Burst so I can get better cards. I sound like I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! When I talk about the Arcana, when I talk about the shuffle time mechanics. I feel like I know I'm not. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never really played any trading card games for an extended amount of time. I collect Pokemon cards. I mean, I don't collect them anymore, but I still have the collection somewhere in this fucking house. I've been planning on getting rid of it and selling it or something like that, but I don't think I have any like ultra rare cards or anything like that. And I don't keep them in the best condition. I keep them in a fucking shoebox, for Christ's sake. But, you know, I feel like, you know, a few cents, you know, and it's like over 100. There's like hundreds of them, probably almost 1,000 of them. I feel like that would add up a little bit. You know, if I sold them, but I don't feel like doing all that, and, you know, because, you know, that shit takes forever, and, you know, I'm not desperate enough for money just yet, but, I did play a little bit of, like, I played, like, a little Magic the Gathering, at high school, probably, like, for, like, a few months. I never really got good. I don't think I ever understood it, for that matter. I remember that, and I don't remember what got me to start playing Magic. I think one of my high school friends gave me a starter deck that he just never uses, and he was like, "Hey, if you ever want to play, you can play with us." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play sometimes." And they were teaching me the rules. I still don't remember a lot of them. They were so. But I do remember that. I don't remember. I do remember, you know. That's all I remember. It was like during like the downtime we had before football games during marching band and shit like that. I remember it was like we would play. We would play right before, you know, marching band. Like during the downtime between, you know. After, like, right when school ends and the time when, you know, we're supposed to be getting ready for the football game, we would play right when we were eating our meal and stuff like that. And then I never did get into Yu-Gi-Oh! I do know very little about it. I do remember watching a few episodes of the anime, but then again, I think almost everyone did at this point. And then, I know I had a huge Beyblade phase in middle school. I do remember that. I had a huge. I know that's not a card game, but I'm counting it. And then I also remember, I had a Bakugan phase. You know, I actually did like Bakugan as a kid. I still have that Bakugan Battle Brawlers game for PS3. I still have that. I've been kind of contemplating Let's Playing that for the channel someday. Not immediately or anything like that, but I've been thinking about it because, you know, that'd be a nice trip now to nostalgia lane, because I remember playing hundreds of hours of that fucking game when I was younger. Like, I spent hours playing that game when I was younger because I just loved it, and I did love the shit out of the anime. But, you know, that's just, you know, that's a decision for another day. So that's going to do it for this part of Persona 3 Reload. The next time we meet in Persona 3, we're going to continue on through our Tartarus expedition. I think we're going to be ending our Tartarus expedition next time, but I don't remember. So see you guys next time, and take care. You